Hey guys, it's Clash of Swag back in another Clash of Clans analysis video. Today we are going to be featuring Pookie. He is a YetiBoBat player that's number 67 in the world as of now. His army composition is 3 party wizards, 5 healers, 1 baby dragon, 5 yetis, 8 wall breakers, 5 loons, 7 bowlers, 1 ice golem, 2 rage spells, 4 freeze spells, and 5 bat spells. The 2 rage spells are for the main push with the yetis, and the 4 freeze spells are solely for the bats. You want to use those freeze spells to freeze defenses for the bats. Some tips he gave me were take out as many splash defenses as possible with the yeti push before deploying the bats. He uses a blimp. Also, set up a good funnel. He uses Warden Walk on one side to clear one side, and then he also uses 1 baby dragon plus 1 yeti on the other. Unless he needs to use his king, he will not use his king to funnel. Also, he uses his warden ability very quickly to defend all the troops in the warden abilities circle. Next, he uses a royal champion to guide and make a path for the bats after he places his main troops. That is a little bit later in the attack, as you'll see. Now let's hop into the first replay. So when he looks at the base, he knows what side he is to attack. He's going to clear this bottom side of the base with the Warden Walk, and then he's going to go in with the king on the other side. The only reason he used the king in this attack was because the Yeti does not have enough HP to clear 3 rows of defenses / buildings. As the Warden Walk clears the left side, the king is deployed on the right. He uses a wall breaker to help the king get through that one set of walls. He makes sure to save his other wall breakers because they are important later in the attack. He also will use some cleanup troops in this one because he has to clear out that one side. If he doesn't fully funnel with that party wizard and that king, the troops he deploys will go around the base, and therefore his attack will be unsuccessful. As we see here, it goes right. 1 wall breaker is placed to get through the wall, then 2 more. That got him through the first set of walls. There's 4 left. He makes sure to save those because he needs them after he deploys his warden ability. Now that his funnel is set up, there's no way those troops are going around. They're going to go through the core of the base unless a wall breaker is not used. Now watch what his order is. Pookie uses this is the order of deployment. The king normally would be deployed first, but the king has already been used. So 5 yetis, 7 bowlers, queen, balloons, wall breakers, and then battle blimp to get to the town hall. This is very important because if you place your wall breakers first, your attack will be unsuccessful. Let's see. He uses his warden ability very quickly because he needs those 6 seconds to get through the core of the base and unkillable. The 2 rage spells are deployed into the core of the base. This will help the battle blimp kill the town hall and also the remaining defenses in the middle. This base is very set in the center, so most of the key defenses are in the middle of the base. This is very important for this attack. That successfully makes the bat deployment much easier because there's multi-infernos throughout the whole base. So the bats are placed at the flank of the rest of the troops. The royal champion is used to tank out some of the splash defenses so that the freeze spells can be used later. You don't want to run out of free spells mid-attack because that means that your bats are going to go literally all die. And so the bats have gotten in a tornado trap, but they get through and there's no splash defenses left. This was a clean attack. He makes sure to save some of his troops for cleanup, like the baby dragon and also those sneaky goblins. If without those, it can always be a time fail, and that's very bad. On to the next attack. Going into the second attack, let's see what happens. This base is quite problematic because there are 3 multi-target infernos, and scatter shots are in the middle of the base. We need to also analyze that there are wall breakers needed to get into the core of the base, but there are multi-target infernos around all 3 sides in which you break into. So that is when the warden ability is quite useful. Pookie places the warden to the right side of the base to take out the wizard tower, hopefully, air defense, and then some remaining buildings around the side. That sets the funnel for the right. On the left side, the signature baby dragon plus Yeti is used to secure a clear funnel. Also, the buildings are placed quite widely apart, so the funnel is easier in this space. Once the funnel is set, then the full attack can start. So let's see what happens. So see that order that I was talking about last attack? King goes in front, then the Yetis, and then see these wall breakers? The warden abilities quickly popped so that the wall breakers go unharmed and go right to the core of the base. That kills every wall that was problematic. So now that is the key of this attack. If you can use those wall breakers right, with the warden ability, you can literally get into any base without having to use any heavy sieges. And so the battle blimp takes out Town Hall easily, and now all that is left is multiple splash damage units and defenses. So this is the problem. What we do here, though, is we do bats in the flank after tanking with the Ice Golem. Pookie knew that the Wizard Tower was going to retarget, so froze that. That's one freeze down. 3 more left. There are multiple splash damage defenses that will be problematic, but we tank 1 Wizard Tower. That saves us another freeze. So we use 1 freeze on the Inferno Tower. Okay? And then we have 2 left. This queen is one of the things that saves us. Without the queen being alive, the Inferno Tower could have basically destroyed the rest of our push. The bats do not have enough time to get through everything, but the queen kills the last Inferno Tower without the bats' help. So that's very useful. If we hadn't gotten the queen alive at that point, the bats would have not been able to kill every defense in this base. And therefore, there wouldn't have been enough heavy units to kill anything. Some attacks, the bats will be some of the only units left to kill the defenses, and in that instance, we would have lost. But we do a quick cleanup, and you can watch what troops Pookie uses for cleanup. He uses the party wizards, and then any remaining troops. But also, sneaky goblins are used most of the time for cleanup, sometimes for funneling. On to the next attack. Okay, on to the third attack. What we have to look at is how many multi-target infernos and also where the scatter shots are. The scatter shots are on 2 different layers of the base, and also there are 2 multi-infernos. This means that we have to kill most of these to get the bats in successfully. So we start a warden walk on the upper right side of the base, and we use a Yeti plus baby dragon to get to this side of the base. This Yeti is one of the most important things that happen in the attack. It kills this archer tower. That means that there is a 1 space between these 2 defenses, which is enough for the Yetis to go through the middle of the base and not the outside. That's why Pookie goes with the multiple troops already, even before there are multiple layers cut through the base. The warden ability is deployed pretty quickly so that the wall breakers can get through multiple layers of walls. They get through 2 layers of walls, which wouldn't have been possible to get through without the warden ability. The Town Hall is killed by the Battle Blimp, and then also the multi-target Inferno right here and Eagle both are killed by the Yeti Knights. So that's very useful. Without those 2 splash damage and tanky defenses killed, it may have been not a 3-star. Those balloons are placed with the main push because they go around the base deploying air traps. Those air traps plus tornado trap can mess up the bats, and so that's why Pookie places those all together. There's still a big push on the right, but they have to think about what is left in the base. The bats are placed on the left side of the base, while the Royal Champions place the tank. Pookie freezes these 2 big defenses twice, so that Pookie can take out the rest of the base, and that's a clean attack. On to the 4th attack. Hey guys, so this is the 4th attack. Pookie places a warden walk on the upper right side of the base. Pookie will also use Yeti plus baby dragon to get the rest of the funneling done. To look at this, there are 3 single target infernos. Those are the easiest to take out with the bats, and so there is no worry of not taking out the spread out infernos. If these were multi-target, it could have been more problematic. So we funnel to this bottom left side of the base to get rid of some key defenses. Now the main push can start. We do the main push over here so that we can get through the base, take out Scattershot, take out X-Bow, Wizard Tower, Queen, and also all the CC troops. So the Warden is clearing the right sides, and now we start with the main attack. The funnel is perfect, and there's no way the troops are going through or around the sides of the base. The Warden ability needs to be popped to save those wall breakers. Now those wall breakers do the hero's deed, and they go right through the base, therefore clearing every place that we wouldn't have been able to get into with the Yetis. So the heroes are in a bit of trouble, but easily kill the headhunters. So now all that's left are some Wizard Towers and then this Scattershot. The Scattershot's killed a little bit later in the attack, so that's not a worry right now. And so the left side of the base is cleared. Now all that has to be killed is the Eagle, Scattershot, and then this Wizard Tower here. The bats are going to be placed as a flank for this Ice Golem. That's a common thing that's done by Pookie. The Royal Champion ability also is going to be popped in a minute, but the freeze is first placed down. Get out. Yeah, so talk to me in a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. And then the freeze is going to be used up here on this last Wizard Tower, and that's an easy 3-star. The deployment of freezes is pretty easy, but if you mess up one freeze in these stacks, it can mess you up. So practice the freeze spell deployment with the bats before you start using this as your primary attack in Legends. And so all that's left is clean up, and we pretty easily do this. Okay guys, that's the end of the video, and if anyone has any tips, tricks, or they want to learn more about the strategy, they can contact me in-game, or they can reach out to me in the comment section below. If anybody has any ideas for videos, I'm happy to listen to them and take them into account and probably do them in the future. Thanks. See you guys next time.